What's going on, everybody? Just want to give you a heads up before you watch the video. I connected all my wires and everything to the TV, to the laptop, and we had picture but no sound. And this was the first time we've ever had to use Zoom. We usually use Facebook Messenger, but Jose doesn't have Facebook. So we were messing around trying to figure out how to do Zoom, and I saw where you could record the video. So I mashed it. My camera sucks on my laptop, so when you see Ethan and Jeremy, because I wasn't in the camera angle, they're super grainy, but Jose came out perfect. So again, I just want to let you guys know about that, and I want to, quick shout out to Jose. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. I know you had a busy weekend when we done this. Thank you, man, and we wish you all the best this year. We got news yesterday that the minor league season has been canceled, so that sucks. You wait all winter long to something you're looking forward to, and now you got to wait even longer. But next year, hopefully, we're going to pump them out and have so much more fun than we did this year. But, please, if you like the video, even if you don't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, share. Go over to Jeremy's channel, Conrad's Cowbells, and do the exact same thing over there. So, again, hope you like the video, and we'll see you when we see you. Dirt ball! Dirty ball! What's your ball?
Welcome, everybody, to this interview. We're here with our good friend. Alan, you want to introduce him to the people? You know more about his career than I do.
Well, I don't know all the stats and everything, but, this is a former Hickory Crawdad champion.
Champion 2015.
Yeah.
2015.
Current Texas Ranger catcher, Jose Trevino.
And
So how you been, man?
how's the quarantine been?
I've been good. Just hanging out, just waiting. Glad we got the go to get going, so hopefully everything goes well and we get back on the field.
Yeah, hopefully you have a breakout season.
Oh, yeah. That'd be good.
We got some stuff here. I think we pretty much mentioned all the stats part already, but you got some questions, and Alan's got some fan questions too, I think. Or maybe not.
One question I have is pertains to the shortened season.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that last year you played 40 games in the majors? Do you think having a shorter season, a 60-game season this year, will be a benefit or a detriment, or is it just another thing?
I think it's just another thing. Of course, it's going to be something special because you got every game is basically worth 2. If you really think about it, 2, possibly 3, if you even want to go that far. But it's a race, it's a sprint, and I know we're ready for it. We're excited for it, and we're going to welcome it and see where it goes from there.
Well, my first question, I'm sure it's on most people's minds right now, is what do you think it's going to be like playing in front of really no crowd?
I don't know. The closest I've got to no crowd has been in high desert. We played out in California in high. That's probably the closest I've got to no fans. But, it's going to be interesting. We're going to see who really, who can really dig deep and have some fun, even if there's no people in the stands.
Well, I guess you forgot about playing in Kannapolis because, they had no fans here.
That's
We'll
true.
have some next season.
Yeah. That's true. I don't think anything was like high desert, though, man. High desert was something else.
Yes, I heard that there was hardly ever anybody at that stadium.
Yeah.
And something I didn't know, I always figured that rookie ball would not have that many, but Spokane really
Oh,
packs it in.
Mhm.
What's
That place is fun. That's a good place. That's a good place. A lot of people come out all the time, and it's almost like they're looking forward to it every year. So it's awesome. I love playing there too. It was a nice place.
That's actually one of the oldest locations to have minor league baseball in the country. There's been minor league baseball there since I want to say it's been there over 100 years.
Wow, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's not all the same team.
Older
Yeah.
than Nashville?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I think don't quote, but they've been there since like 1895 or something like that.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
wild.
I got a question. It's gonna. I got a prop. So,
Uh-oh.
Bring both of those.
Oh,
what do you think about? What do you think about this guy right here, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that leads into my question. I like to ask everybody who has a baseball card, you know, because growing up as a kid, I'm sure you collected baseball cards.
Yeah.
Which one is, do you get more excited about having your own baseball card or having your own bobblehead?
Bobblehead for sure. Bobblehead for sure. I think that's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool when Frisco came up with the idea. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, they asked me, and they're like, are you going to be okay with this? And I was like, I'm totally fine with that. I think it's going to be the coolest thing. Unfortunately, I ended up getting hurt my shoulder, but I was able to be there. And it was my first day. I remember when they released those bobbleheads, when they gave them away at the game, it was my first day without my sling. So it was awesome. It was a good day. It was fun. A lot of people came out. It was really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, I had a buddy. He hooked me up. We met. We were supposed to meet when we went to Frisco when we were out there, but for some reason we couldn't meet there. And then the next day that we got back here in Hickory,
Yeah.
he was standing down there where all the guys come out of the clubhouse.
Which is such a weird coincidence.
And he's like, "What's your name?" And I told him, "Alan." He's like, "I was supposed to meet you in Frisco." And I'm like, "How in the world are you here in Hickory
So
today?"
we crisscrossed halfway across the country twice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
When I found out that they were coming out, it's like, man, you've got to do what you got. You know, whatever you can do to get me a bobblehead. And
Yeah.
they came through. So.
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And I'm glad that your bobblehead is from Frisco because Dr. Pepper Ballpark is my favorite place I've ever seen a game. I think it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I know AAA and Major League Baseball are higher levels, but
Yeah.
for me, Frisco is like the ultimate ballpark.
That's a good spot. I like Frisco. I've been fortunate enough to play at a couple few places where I like playing, especially as a home field. I love it. So, yeah.
Well, that leads me into my question. You know, coming from Spokane all the way to Arlington, what is your? We know Arlington and Hickory it'll be your answer, but what's your favorite place to have played or anywhere that you've played so far?
Yeah, because you're the first person we've had with Major League experience. So that's a totally different question.
Yeah. I would say Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium was real historic. Almost felt like people were watching you from up top. It was crazy. It felt like the legends were there, walking through Monument Park. Like, I have a ton of pictures. I have a folder on my phone, and I love it. I loved it. I thought it was a great park, great city. And of course, I mean, we played okay there. So, yeah.
So, one question that I've always, my whole life, wanted to ask somebody that made it Major League Baseball, but so far haven't talked to one until now. What was that like? Like the call, like, hey, you're playing for the Rangers, not AAA. Like, what was that call like? What was that day like?
It was a long day. Long day, obviously by surprise. I couldn't really tell you. I kind of blanked out. I was like, man, I can't believe I'm going to be a big leaguer. Then went up there and had some fun. That's the one thing I always promised myself. I said I was going to, as soon as I get up there, I'm going to make sure I take in everything, whether it's the sounds, the smells, looking at people. I'm going to take in everything. And I did that. And it was I loved it. I loved everything about it.
That brings me to one of my questions that I like to ask everybody. I think I know what the answer might be, but you might surprise me. What's your favorite memory in professional baseball of
Any level. Yeah.
I'll actually check this out. Let me see if you can see this. See if I can turn my camera. So I got this hanging. So check this out. It's definitely my favorite memory right here.
Yes.
So the Father's Day game, I got my
That's what we
bat,
thought.
got the ball, picture, lineup card, and the jersey. Sinshu Chu actually got that for me.
Oh,
He's awesome.
he's such a great
She was the
guy.
man.
Chu's the best, one of the best guys in the league.
Oh, no, he's great. He's great. He actually got that for me, but definitely Father's Day. It's a memory I'll have forever. Memory a lot of people are going to have forever. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just watching it when it happened, it brought tears to my eye.
I mean, hell, it's still.
And I wasn't even,
I wasn't even watching it live. I saw the replay and cried.
yeah,
that was,
I mean,
Yeah,
just
it
the
was,
other day when it came
definitely
up on my
good
timeline. You know, I
Yeah.
watched it again and saw you crying, and I started crying. So,
it's definitely one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
it was awesome.
I remember the first time I ever saw you in a major league game. I was, the Rangers. It's a different time zone, and I think it might have even been out west. It might have been like against the Angels or something. But
Yeah.
I was 5 seconds away from falling asleep. I grabbed the remote to turn off the TV, and I hear Jose Trevino. I'm like, what? Like, because I saw you, and you were the first crawdad that I've seen play Major League Baseball from the times where I was at most crawdad games. Like, I know Andrew McCutcheon made it, but I didn't go that many games back then. So I was like, whoa, Trevino, that's – and then you hit a home run in that at-bat. I remember.
There you go. Need you to tune in more then. You need to watch more from your home when you're watching it.
well, I mean, we definitely will now since we can't go nowhere. But
Currently not paying for extra innings, but I will once things get going again.
I got the Rangers set to record.
Yep.
If I'm not home, I'll still see it.
There you go.
So with that being your best moment, you've made your dream come true. Your next step is, of course, to win the World Series.
Yeah.
It's getting to the majors, then winning. But now, what's the one thing you're like, man, I didn't sign up for this. This is some BS. Is there anything that you do not like so far that's not going to get you to say it?
No, nothing really. I mean, I know what I signed up for. We know what we signed up for when we play this game. But it's definitely there's a lot of stuff you don't expect. You definitely got to roll with a lot of stuff and take it as it comes. So there's nothing really I don't like about it. So, yeah.
You miss those long bus rides all the way up to Delmarva and stuff.
Yeah, and the cheap motels.
I actually got a funny story about that. I stood on the bus for – I'm not going to tell you the amount of money, and I'm not going to tell you the person, but I stood on the bus from – I believe it was not Delmarva, but what's the other one out there? The Phillies.
Lakewood.
From Lakewood to Hickory. I stood up the whole way.
Holy crap. That's 12 hours, I think.
I won some money.
Wow.
I think I remember that.
I think that was a lot of money.
I won some money. So it was,
kind of those like bets and little ribs and inside jokes and stuff like that. Those are always such funny stories.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had to tell somebody put their money where their mouth was. So I was like, you know what, I'll do it.
Some of those bus rides turn into 8-hour karaoke nights.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Card games.
Yeah.
We talked about you talked about Yankee Stadium earlier. Have you seen the new ballpark in the new Globe Life?
Yeah. I live here in Dallas, so I've been working out there for a little.
What are your impressions of it?
It's beautiful.
People
are gonna love it. I know a lot of people were dogging it like a week ago or something like that, but everybody's gonna dog something.
Yeah, I'll say one thing I don't like about it. It looks beautiful. The one thing I don't like about it is it looks a little bit like Houston. like the retractable roof and everything. It's Minute Maid-esque.
I think it
I'll
looks
let you find out. I'll let you find out for yourself.
Oh, I'm going for sure sometime eventually.
I think it, from the outside, it looks kind of like a barn.
Oh,
Or
no,
like a horse
look.
stable.
Well, I mean,
Which is
Texas-
fitting because it's the Texas Rangers. And when people think of the Rangers, they don't think of the modern law enforcement Texas Rangers. They always think of like the Old West. And
Yeah.
that's kind of fitting. Where do they keep their horses?
In a barn.
In a barn.
I just love to play that close to Six Flags.
I think people.
Well, the one thing that I don't like is it's too damn far away to drive.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need that to be in Hickory.
So yeah, but I turn 40 next year, and I've always said on my 40th birthday I'm coming back to Texas.
There you go.
So hopefully next year I will be there sometime.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
You know, I told you, you know, I just want to get this out there. Hopefully this makes it on to YouTube but
It's still a fun conversation either way.
Yeah.
you know, I told you the other day, July 1st, on my memory, you know, we went out there 2 years ago to see Yanio because he was, you know, my Crawdad Connection player. And I didn't tell nobody else that I was coming except Andy Ibanez
This
because
is funny.
I wanted to see if he could hook me up with tickets down in Round Rock, which he did. But I got the call from, you know, Jocelyn, Yanio's wife, said, hey, we've got to go to Arizona.
Yep.
I just drove. I worked 12 hours, got in the car, got home, took a shower, got in the car, and Ethan drove all night.
No. When we found out he was going to Arizona, we were already
Right,
in
but I'm
Texas.
just saying, yes, I drove all the way out there to see him and to see everybody else that, you know, that was from here.
Because I got woke up with a pillow in my face in the hotel at 5 a.m. We got to go right now.
Jocelyn said, you know, Yanio hurt his knee. We got to go to Arizona. And I said, well, there goes the weekend just went to shit.
He drove from Round Rock to Frisco in about 45 minutes.
Yes. And then you commented on there, hey, you still have friends here in Texas, which I'm guessing you saw all my pictures that I posted, you know, the night before in Round Rock.
That's pretty
And
awesome.
Jose, honest to God, man, that meant the absolute world to me.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost going to cry.
You
I
already
mean,
are.
just, you know, to have a professional baseball player say, hey, man, you still got friends here. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, man.
Oh yeah. No problem.
Like I told you-
I remember those things. I remember
It's
the
always
support
good to
that we
know.
get.
Like I told you, you still have friends and family, whatever you want to call us here in Hickory.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not going to have any bigger support
Yeah.
besides your own blood and family than you
Yeah.
have right here.
It's
Like
always
we
good.
like to say, once a crawdad,
Yeah.
always a crawdad.
And so
go.
many people like you and you for sure, and definitely Sam Huff, like after being on TV and after all this kind of stuff, I'm always surprised of how humble and down to earth that y'all still are. Like you didn't have to get on an interview with this little podcast, but you did because that's just how y'all. That's how y'all
Oh,
are.
yeah.
I've always
Thank
appreciated
you.
that.
Thank you for that.
Definitely. Yeah. I think it's the catchers. I think it's the catcher's gene.
It really
That's
is.
what I
We've
think it
had
is.
three.
Catchers and
You're the
pitchers.
fourth catcher so far on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had one position player. We had Bubba Thompson, and two pitchers.
There you
So,
go.
you know, it's mostly
It's
catchers.
the catcher show.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it. I like it.
So,
There's a great segue with catching if you want to ask that question.
that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Okay, good.
In you know, now that you've played at every level, back in 2015 in the South Atlantic League Championship against the Asheville Tourists, and
What a series.
the amazing series. In Game 3, Asheville was pulling out all the stops, and they had a major leaguer who was rehabbing, and it was Tyler Chatwood.
Yep.
What is, you know, you faced professional rehabbing major leaguers. I'm sure you probably faced others along the way.
Yeah.
And now you have faced major leaguers at the major league level.
Uh-huh.
Is there a big difference in that?
Guys they just control their stuff better. And they're more consistent. They're more consistent on the strike zone. They're more consistent. They hit their spots. They're just very consistent. That's the biggest difference is you get guys that Some guys will throw it over here. Some guys throw it right here. But then you get up to the big leagues, it's guys just boom. They know where it's going. They know what it's doing.
I can't help but think that maybe your confidence is more as a major leaguer facing a major leaguer than when you were in low A facing a major leaguer.
I don't know. My confidence was pretty high when I was in low A. I was like, oh.
It was. I remember.
Some big leaguer. All right, let's do it. Whatever. Bring them on.
So I remember the first time I ever saw you play in Hickory. And the thing I remember about it most was how you walked up to the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like I'm sitting there in the stands, you know, and in baseball, you know, you hear a lot of Latin American music, you know, and me not speaking a lot of Spanish, you know, I don't hear a lot of that. You know.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I hear some Snoop Dogg. So I'm like, hey, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I look over and you walking up to the plate like you're the biggest, baddest man in the park.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was like, I'm going to like this guy.
Which leads me to a question that I like to ask a lot of different players. What goes in to picking a walk-up song?
For the fans. For me, it's for the fans. Like, if the fans are going to like it, I'm going to play it. I'm going to do it. So, I was just like, you know what? I think they're going to like this song. Ain't nobody heard Snoop Dogg before like this. So I was like, all right, let's do it.
Who am I?
So, yeah, it's pretty much
crowd
crowd-driven for me.
Nice.
Well, then that goes to my favorite question. Have you given thought to what's going to be your song for this year?
Ooh.
I mean, granted, I don't even know if you're going to have songs, but
I don't think we will. But, no, I haven't really looked into it. I haven't really looked into it yet. But it's coming soon. I'm gonna have to get ready for it, so I'm gonna start listening a little closer.
Yeah, Jeremy said a good one. Disturb the sound of silence.
Since you don't have any fans there.
Yeah.
Here's what I always want to go with, but can't because you know there's kids there. Hit 'em up.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have Hit 'em up play completely uncensored for just one time to see people's reaction.
I don't think there's 10 seconds you can play that song without censoring.
Yeah, I don't know
Just the
about that
opening.
one.
Yeah, that kind of brings me to my next question that I have as far as catching. A couple weeks ago on Twitter, I believe it was, you were talking about you got to catch a bullpen session with Colon, and you were talking about him closing his eyes.
Oh, yeah, Bartolo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he threw the last, 4 or 5 pitches with his eyes closed to me. I didn't even know.
Wow.
He didn't tell me. He said something, and I was like, all right. I just kept catching. I threw the ball back, and then one of the coaches was like, hey, did you hear what he told you? I said, no. He goes, he was telling you he was throwing the last couple pitches with his eyes closed.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he if his slider's not good, he practices throwing a slider to first base if a runner's on, to pick off.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, he's impressive, man. Really impressive dude.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
I've never heard of a pitcher throwing pitches with his eyes closed.
So
Successfully.
I don't know if he does it in the game, but he does in the bullpen.
Alan asked his favorite question. I have my favorite question that I always ask at the end. I know Jeremy's got a favorite question.
I have a lot of favorite questions. I've already asked one of them. What's your favorite baseball movie?
Ooh. Man, that's a tough one. I don't know if I can answer that one. I like all of them. I've never seen Little Big League. I've never really paid attention to it. I'm I'm iffy about it. I do like Sandlot. I do love the Major Leagues.
Major League's my favorite.
61 is definitely up there.
I love 61. Yeah.
That's a great movie. I love that movie. It gives I love how it's kind of old school, but it's made now. It's perfect. That movie is I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a ton of baseball movies that I like. I like all of them mostly, but Little Big League, I've never really paid attention to it.
Yeah, I don't think I've.
Isn't that where you?
I think I've seen Little Big League, but I don't remember.
I
much
think there's an
about it.
old one and a remake. I
think so.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, 61. You like 61? It's about Mantle and Maris going for 61 home runs.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great movie. You're the first interview we've had to say that one.
Yeah, we've had Major League. We get the Sandlot a lot.
Bull Durham.
We've had 42.
Yeah, 42. I just saw that one recently. Thanks to Alan.
Some uncomfortable moments in that one.
It was a great movie.
But a great movie.
A great movie. Yeah, but 61 definitely is pretty sweet. I like that one a lot.
All right. Well, I mean, we appreciate you taking this time with us.
Oh yeah.
I know what my final question is every time, so I'm going to see what they have left.
Well, I mean, being in the show so far, who, you're behind the plate. Who have you looked up and be like, oh my God, this is so and so? Besides myself, can't say
not
Mike.
really anymore.
Everybody
I
said
don't
Mike
really,
Trout, so you can't.
I don't really do it. I don't really do it anymore. It's kind of a sense of like, no, I'm supposed to be here too.
Right.
I think the awe factor kind of went away whenever I got my major league debut. Yeah, definitely. I was like, wow, Nolan Arenado. Wow, Trevor Story. Wow, Charlie Blackmon. Like I was like, wow, holy crap, Ian Desmond. Like, but I think that went away once I figured out, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here too. I'm just like these guys.
Eventually, somebody's going to go, oh my God, that's Jose Trevino. I can't believe it.
I
So
hope so.
it's a cycle.
I hope so. That'd be awesome. That'd be perfect.
Now, speaking of kind of players that you are really, proud to play against, who was maybe a player that you really looked up to early on or wanted to emulate?
Oh, Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter. I mean, I wanted to be just like that too. Probably my favorite player of all time for sure. Him and Roberto Clemente. I love Roberto Clemente. But definitely Derek Jeter, something I wanted to model my game after. Just his attitude, the way he goes about his business on and off the field. And yeah, that's my guy. I like Derek Jeter.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. He's one of my favorites I've ever got to see play.
Oh,
I don't like him. He's a Yankee. I don't like him. No, he's the great. He's a goat. So
I'm
yeah.
glad to see. I'm glad to be able to say I got to see him play in person.
I'm glad you picked the right Yankee too.
Yeah, there you go.
If you would have said A-Rod, I would have turned the off. And
Me
just
too, and I'm a Yankees fan.
wouldn't know. I mean, A-Rod with Seattle or A-Rod with Texas? Yeah,
But he was still trying in Seattle.
Yeah.
By the time he made it to New York, he kind of quit trying. Just as a fan's opinion.
Madonna.
You
Anyway.
really want to get Jose going? How about them Mavericks?
I was actually golfing. I was golfing yesterday. I had my Spurs polo on, so I give people up here a hard time.
I know. I had to throw it out there. It's bad. I don't have a dog in that fight, but I just like, I like to see you get riled up when someone says it like that. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I let them know. I let them know for sure.
Okay. One thing I've kind of wanted to do, since I know from following you on Twitter, you do a lot with charities.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you a moment to maybe plug your favorite charity or the charity that you're working with.
Yeah. So I work with certain people. The most recent one I've got is Special Hearts in the Arts. It's basically a nonprofit organization that helps out kids with special needs. Kids, I say kids, it's anybody with special needs, to be honest. And we don't call them special needs, we call them special hearts, because that's what they are. They're special people, and the way they can express themselves, through art, through music, theater, things like that. We kind of just put something together. In 3 days, we raised over $5,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
I really appreciate that because my mom's a special needs teacher.
Yeah, and I mean it's your mom knows how it is, and it's great to work with them. It's special because they're very talented. Like if you talk to them, you sit down and talk to them, you'll find out a lot of stuff about them. You're like, wow, I didn't know that, and then they'll teach you stuff. I had a friend in middle school. I'd be like, hey, Caesar, my birthday is on November 28th. He'd be like, Tuesday. You were born on a Tuesday, and I go back check the calendar. Born on a Tuesday, and I'm like, wow.
That's
so
cool.
that's basically the most recent one that I've done, and just I'm going to be helping them out more in the future, for sure. The lady that runs it, she was a teacher for me in high school, so really close to her. She has a lot. She did a lot for me in high school. like, teaching wise, lessons, like, look into the future, stuff like that. So she's done a lot for me. So I just felt like it was right to help her out and give it back to her.
Well, if we wanted to donate, or if someone who's watching wanted to donate, how could they do that?
You just go to their website. They're pretty much they're all over my profile right now. You could just hit them on Twitter, on Instagram, click on their page, and then their page will show up. You click a link on their page, and it'll take you right to their homepage, and you can click donate from the main menu there. And that would be awesome.
Just for the viewers, if you're watching on my channel, I'm going to try to remember to find that link and put it in the description below this video.
And I guess we'll do it on ours.
Yep. If this is a video.
If this ends up being.
If for technical difficulties.
I'm over here shaking like crazy. I'm hoping this is working.
We've never done it this way before. We've always used Facebook Live. Well, I got my final question, so I'm still going to let you guys do whatever y'all got left before I get to it.
I don't have a question, but like I said, Jose, thank you so much
Yes, thank
for
you.
everything that you've ever done.
Yeah.
We're going to be here always.
Yeah.
And, you
Awesome.
got all my
Appreciate
information. If you need anything, I don't know what you would need, but if you need something, I will always be here for you, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate that. As long as you have a home for me in Hickory, I like that. It's fine enough.
You best believe that.
Enough for me.
I'll keep Lucas out of his room.
Others here too.
And he can stay in the basement. If you need a place, we got you.
There you go. I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
My final question that I ask everybody that comes on the show. We see here you've got some things that you've autographed. I know Major League Baseball players and baseball players in general are always asked to sign a lot of things. So the question is, what would be the weirdest or most random thing that someone has wanted you to autograph?
What did I sign? I signed something the other day. Not the other day, but during the season. What was it? Man, it was something. It wasn't a figurine. It wasn't a bobblehead. It was something. I've signed a couple weird things. I've signed someone's neck. I've signed someone's arm. I've signed some tickets. I don't know if anything's been like weird. Phone cases. I've signed phone cases. I've signed actual like phones, like the back of phones. I'm like, hey, your parents are gonna get mad. They're like, no, they won't. It's okay.
I think that's the weirdest. The neck, because that one has to take the cake.
Yeah, I've signed the neck before. Trying to think. There's a couple things.
Was it a girl?
No.
It was a guy?
No. I signed someone's head right here above their eyebrow. I've signed someone's finger. They were trying to get everybody's autograph on their fingers. I've signed some things. Man, I'm trying to think. I signed something last year, but I don't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was. I'll remember after. I'll definitely remember after because it was pretty random, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure, I'll sign it. So. Well,
if you remember, and this does actually get on YouTube, you can just comment what it was.
Yeah,
most of the time,
I will.
The body part.
I'll do that.
But not a aluminum Bud Light bottle.
Oh yeah, well I had Bubba.
Thompson.
Yeah, all right. I almost said the wrong word too. I almost said Bubba Wallace. I was watching the race earlier. Anyway, I had him sign a Bud Light because I ran out of things to sign, and I just finished my beer, and I was like, "What? Sign this." So
that's awesome.
That's mine. And I also had somebody sign a calculator. That was Who was that? Yeah, Curtis Terry. Because it's
no, wasn't Curtis Terry.
Anyway, you know that NBA Youngboy song "Check Calling" at the beginning? It goes, "I don't need a calculator, I'm too advanced." Well, whoever this was, I can't remember. His music was that, and I came up to him with a calculator and had him sign it.
That's awesome. That's pretty random. That's awesome, though.
I can't believe I'm drawing a blank of who it was.
And Alan was pissed. He said, "Well, you beat me to it. That was my idea."
Yeah.
It wasn't his. It was my idea.
Lucas got it as well. So.
Tyree.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Hey, Tyree.
You know anything about Jennifer? That's funny that she got that right.
Does he all look like Bubba?
Yeah.
We have clowned Jennifer so much because she found a picture of a guy that looks
Just some random guy.
just some random guy, and she said that it looked like Bubba, and we did not
It
have
looked
the.
nothing
It
like
looked
Bubba.
nothing like Bubba, and
Not a random guy.
It
It's
wasn't.
a guy off Ink Master.
It's still random.
Anyway,
it was just a guy with darker skin and glasses, and Jennifer was like, "Oh, that's Bubba." No,
No. But anyway.
but we won't take up too much of your time. You know, you just got done playing golf.
Yeah.
How'd you do, by the way?
Dude,
yeah,
I shot a 78 today, so I played really well. Played really
I
well.
shot
Pretty good.
I shot a 38 last week. I kept hitting the windmill on one, but it was cool.
Yeah, I shot a 78 today, so it went well. It went well.
Cool deal.
Maybe you can go play where my nephew's the assistant pro at Mill Creek.
Oh wow.
That'd be an awful long way for you to go play.
Yeah.
That's in eastern part of North Carolina.
Well, we got a true Renaissance man:
Yeah.
baseball, golf,
Nope.
signing body parts.
Oh yeah.
You're a talented guy. So thank you for coming on the
Yes,
show,
thank
and
you.
we really, really hope
Oh
that
yeah.
we get to go see you in Texas, and we also really hope that this
Yes.
video makes
Yeah.
it on YouTube.
Yes. And
For sure.
have a great season.
Yeah, good luck this
Thank
year.
you. I
man.
appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for having me.
No problem. So,
Thank
Y'all have a good one.
We'll talk at you later,
See you,
man.
man.
Thanks.
All right.